Howdy folks, Josh Shipp here. I'm the founder of Youth Speaker University, where we help folks make an impact and income speaking to students, educators, and caring adults. And in this video, I'm going to break down why you're not getting booked as a speaker quite yet. Now, I want you to imagine that your best friend gets engaged. Awesome, this is outstanding, great news, they call you up, hey, so excited, amazing. And then they drop this bomb on you. They're like, hey, I want you to find us the perfect wedding videographer. You know, we're so excited, but we're so busy, stressed, got a million things going on. I want you to find us the perfect wedding videographer. Now, this is indeed a stressful situation to be put into, right? I mean, let that feeling sink in a little bit. And let's think about what's going on here, right? This is not your wedding. It's not your money, but your reputation, and one could argue your friendship, is on the line. Now, lean in for this. This is where I'm going to close the loop on the analogy. This is exactly how it feels for people that are in charge of booking speakers. So in this video, very simple, two things. Number one, I'm going to break down the art of presuasion, which is all about convincing someone of your product's value before they buy it. And I'm going to make a pitch to you. I'm going to invite you to schedule a call with my team and let us help you develop your marketing assets so that you do a good job of persuading folks that you are someone that they should book. Right, so let's go back to this core idea, right? Just like if you were put in that situation with your best friend, their wedding, finding the perfect wedding videographer, it's exactly how it feels for people that book speakers, right? So at some point, someone comes to them and says, hey, I want you to find us the perfect speaker for that student assembly we got coming up, or that professional development event for our teachers, or that parenting seminar, our conference keynote, our nonprofit fundraiser. That, too, is a stressful situation to be put into, right? Let's break it down. Very similar. It is not their organization most of the time. It's not like they own the Des Moines, Iowa school district or what have you. It's not their money. It's the school's money, the nonprofit's money, the organization's money. They're not spending their personal money on hiring a speaker. But just like that example I gave you, their reputation is very much on the line. You don't want to be the person that suggested a crappy wedding videographer to your best friend. You also don't want to be the person that brought in the speaker that was boring, or the message was irrelevant, or the message wasn't helpful. It's sort of a waste of time. It was a downer. It wasn't particularly moving, all these sorts of things, which leads to this idea of persuasion. Now, persuasion is an idea that was coined by Robert Cialdini. I believe I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. Robert Cialdini is an American psychologist and professor of psychology and marketing, and persuasion is all about convincing someone of your product's value before, that is a key word. I should have bolded that in this slide here, before they buy it, right? I mean, think about this. We do this with small purchases, movies, books, restaurants. Think about the due diligence you do. Think about how much more likely you are if someone you really know and trust says, oh yeah, we went to this restaurant, it's outstanding, or hey, just watch, Top Gun Maverick, like you have to go see it, it's a great movie, or what have you. Now, and then think about the same amount of due diligence you would do for a wedding videographer, right? Something in the $3,000 to $5,000 range. How much more is this going to be crucial and important for you when you're looking at hiring a $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 speaker for your organization's event? So this leads to the question, how do you persuade? Let's go back to the initial analogy and illustration of you being put in charge of hiring a wedding videographer for your best friend's wedding. You would likely watch their demo video, their highlight reel, right? You would want to know, is their actual product, which is creating a video that is sort of a summary of the wedding, is that good? Does it fit my best friend's vibe, tone, what I know that they're really into, sort of the style that they would appreciate, that they would enjoy. You would probably read and investigate reviews. You would, try to find reviews, folks that have worked with them. Are the positives things that are important to you? And, no one's going to have perfect reviews. So even if, even are the negatives something that's okay. You've probably found yourself in a situation where you're looking to go in some restaurant, you read the reviews, and like there are a couple reviews that are like, well, the service is great, but it's super slow. So if you're like, okay, we're in a hurry, probably not going to go to that restaurant tonight. If you're like, no, we don't care, the food sounds awesome, we'll just make sure we're not in a hurry, then you're good with it. So you're going to read and dig into the reviews. You're going to likely chat with that videographer. Hey, do they seem reasonable? Do they seem to know what they're talking about? Do they seem competent about how these sorts of things go? Do they seem flexible, easy to work with? You might try to get yourself in a situation where you can chat with a couple people that have hired them. Hey, can I talk to a couple people that have worked with you in the past? And of course, I want to acknowledge this process of due diligence can be shortcutted if you have strong word of mouth with that videographer, right? Meaning if if it's the wedding videographer that you yourself hired for your own wedding, or if it's someone that you know and trust that it was their videographer. You're probably still going to do some of this due diligence, but if you have strong word of mouth going into this, you might not do all of these steps, or you might do them a bit quicker or lighter, or kind of already go, yeah, this person seems like a fit. I just want to make sure, how they work with people and the budget makes sense. So my question to you then as a speaker is, how many of these assets that can persuade people do you have in place? Do you have a substantive demo video? So I'm not talking about clips of you talking about what you speak about, or clips of you being interviewed, but does your demo video show, minutes unedited of your outstanding content speaking? As a speaker, what is the product I'm buying? You getting up and speaking. So more important than other people saying how great you are, or you saying how great you are, or clips of you being interviewed in the media or podcast, I need to see video footage of you speaking that is impressive. Do you have verifiable reviews? A written review is somewhat trustworthy. A audio review maybe a little bit more trustworthy. A unedited video review, probably the most trustworthy. Is there a process by which I can schedule a call and talk with you and see if you're a good fit? Is there a process in place for me to talk to past clients? Or have you done a good job of sort of building a video library of folks that have worked with you and getting unedited sort of testimonial raw reviews from them, so I can watch that and go, okay, yeah, this seems like a good fit. And then eventually you're going to have compounding word of mouth, meaning a growing number of people that have seen you speak, so that compounding word of mouth begins to build. Now, here's a harsh truth. Most speakers try to book speaking gigs before they have any of these assets in place. So for most of you that are newer or aspiring speakers, the one-sentence answer to why aren't you booking gigs? The answer is very simply because you don't have these assets in place. Yet again, forgive me for beating up this analogy, but if you're hiring a wedding videographer, are you going to hire someone that has those assets in place, video you can watch, reviews you can read or watch or review, you can talk to them, you can talk to people that have hired them, or are you going to go with someone that kind of approaches you and is like, hey, you know what, I love weddings. I love wedding videos. Weddings are so important. I'm passionate about what a wedding stands for. You'd be like, yeah, cool, I agree, but where's your evidence? Right? This event, a wedding, is too high stakes of a situation for me to take a risk on someone just because you say that it matters to you, or that it's important, or that you claim that you're good at it. Like, show me a little bit of evidence. So this is why, and this is just one of the brutally honest, harsh facts about the speaking business. Your first 10 gigs are going to be way harder than your next 100. And that is because the first 10 are about people taking a risk on you, which means the first 10 gigs are often about relationship and the next 100 are about track record, right? The first 10 are like people that you know are one sort of step removed from you, where they know you or someone can vouch for you enough that says, hey, trust me, they have a great message, they have great things they're talking about, trust them to come in and not talk to your whole school, but talk to a classroom of people. And so you slowly build momentum, trust. You can eventually film that. Now you've got some reviews. Now you've got some word of mouth. Now you've got some testimonial. Now you've got some folks interested clients can speak to. So this is why the first 10 gigs are really about relationship and risk, and the next 100 are about track record and evidence. Your first 10 gigs will be harder than your next 100. And I'd like to invite you to let us help you book those first 10 gigs or those next 100. I'm not saying it ain't going to be hard work, but we will save you years, tears, and dollar bills. So if you're already a YSU student, remember, just log in to the program up here, click coaching, and you'll see when our next coaching session is. We do 2 of these live each month for you to be able to ask questions, get feedback on your speech, your marketing, your lead generation strategy, etc. If you're not a YSU student, just very bluntly, hey, let's talk about it. Schedule a call with my team. We'll tell you whether or not you're a great fit for our program, or we'll be brutally honest if we feel like you're not a great fit for our program. Our program, YSU, is designed to help you launch and grow your speaking business using our proven step-by-step methodology. We literally leave no stone unturned. We've got dozens of hours of step-by-step nerdy training videos, plus you get access to the 2 times a month live coaching and feedback sessions via Zoom. Plus, we've priced it very fairly, very reasonable. It's not free. Well, it's free to talk to our team, but it's not free to sign up for our program. Our program costs about $2,000, which is about the price of 1-page speech in the youth and education industry. So that's why we priced it that way. We want it to be a no-brainer. It's like, look, you get lifetime access to our program, to our step-by-step training videos, and if you don't think you can book at least 2 gigs and get 2x the ROI, then you probably shouldn't sign up for our program. Well, frankly, you shouldn't. But if you feel like that's a no-brainer, this is something you're committed to long-term, cool. Go to that link there, usespeakeru.com/schedule. Set up a call, talk to our team. We'll walk you through the program. We'll be brutally honest whether or not we feel it's a good fit for you or not. And then, we'll follow up with you, but we're not gonna do high pressure. Like, we will follow up, but ultimately your call, your decision. So that concludes this video on why you're not getting booked and some strategies and a mindset to hopefully help you move to why you are getting booked.